This is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Thursday the 9th of September. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at hourly candlesticks. Relatively positive start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fall back through the pivot at 45,965 to take a run at the first major resistance level, 47,457. We'll need to see plenty of support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high. That was at 47,351. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance of 48,000 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target the 23.6% fib at 5371 before any pullback. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 44,578 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of the 38.2% fib at 41,592. Second major support level at 43,086 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, a slight narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, but no immediate signs of a bearish cross, so keep an eye on that through the morning. On the EMAs, that's a bearish signal, however, 50 continuing to pull back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So key would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot at 45,965 and break through yesterday's highs to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Across Ethereum against US dollar, also relatively positive start. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 3426 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 3637. Support from the broader market will be needed for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high that was at 3562.98. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ethereum target 3800 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level, so it's at 3773. Fall through the pivot will bring the 23.6% fib at 3369 and the first major support level at 3290 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 3300 levels. Second major support level sits at 3080. Looking at the MACDs, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, but no signs of a bearish cross, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, however, that's a bearish signal, 50 pulling back from the 100 and the 200, with the 100 closed in on the 200 with a possible bearish cross coming up, so keep an eye on that. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 3426, break back through to 3600 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, positive start. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid a fall through the pivot at 179 and the 23.6% fib at 178 to bring the first major resistance level at 189 into play. Support from the broader market will be needed for Litecoin to break out from 185. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 189 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, we got the second major resistance level at 199 to cap the upside on the day. Fall through the pivot and through the 23.6% fib will bring the first major support level at 170 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 170s. Second major support level sits at 160. Looking at the MACDs, a slight widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, coming off the back of this morning's gain, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, that's a bearish signal, however, 50 continues to pull back from the 100 and the 200, with the 100 closed in on the 200 with a possible bearish cross to come, so keep an eye on that. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 179 and the 23.6% fib at 178 and move back through to 185 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. And you're looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, also a positive start. Going to need to Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot 1.0867 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.1606. Support from the broader market will be needed for Ripple's XRP to break out from yesterday's high. It was at 1.14731. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.2s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.2211. Fall through the pivot will bring the 38.2% fib at 1.0659 and the first major support level at 1.0262 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 1.0 levels. Second major support level sits at 0.9523. Looking at MACDs, slight widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, coming off the back of this morning's gains. So keep an eye on that for direction early on. On the EMAs, that's a bearish signal, 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, with the 100 also pulling back from the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 1.0867 and break through yesterday's high to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, and support levels will come into play.